Hey, what's going on, guys? I know that's probably the most generic YouTube entry, but it's taken me the past 30 minutes to get the nerve to even make a video, so I guess let's get started. This video is going to be on, it's kind of overdue. It's on the modding of Grand Theft Auto 5. Now, I got a few requests by a few people to do this video, and I'm sorry that it's probably taken over a year. I know one of my buddies, Gavin from Facebook, asked me over a year ago how to install mods on Grand Theft Auto 5. And I told him I was going to do a video on it, and it's 2019 now, literally a whole year and a half or more later, and I'm finally getting up to doing it. I had pretty much forgotten to do it until I saw it on a to-do list on my phone, and decided that I'd do it at 1:07 in morning time, AM. There we go. So I guess let's get started. Now, these are mods for PC. So if you're watching this video for Xbox or PlayStation, then just exit now. I don't know what to say about that, but these are for PC. Right now, this is the latest version of Grand Theft Auto 5. Which is I think 1904, like 1604. I'll make sure about that. One thing that you're going to want to do is find your Grand Theft Auto root folder. Now that's pretty easy to do. We'll do it the long way, and I'll show you both ways to do it, Steam or Rockstar version. After that, everything's pretty much the same. So you're going to go for the Rockstar version, which is the version I have. You'll go to Windows. Then you'll go to Program Files. Let me make sure before I get too far into this. You're going to go to Program Files. Clicked on the wrong one. You're going to go and you're going to find Rockstar Games. And then right there is the Grand Theft Auto folder. You double click on that, and that is where all your mods go. You can actually see I have a mod installed right now, which is the reason I just got banned from online, because it's a online hack menu. But what you're going to do is, if you want to be able to play online single player non-modded, I would literally just make yourself a copy of Grand Theft Auto 5. It's probably going to take a little while, but I'm not going to do it because I just got banned with this. Already logged in and set up GTA 5 folder and account, so I'm just going to use this folder right here as my single player only, and then buy another game version with another code for multiplayer. So this is what we're going to use, and just discretion. If you are going to be adding mods to this, it may be hard to revert back to a normal version. That's why I'm saying that it's probably a good idea if you copy and paste a version of this somewhere, either on a jump drive or if you've got a big enough drive right here in this folder. And if you want to do that, all you got to do is, with the copy of it, you can literally just keep it the same, and then just, I don't know why that completely deleted. Why did that happen? You pretty much just go to the end there and just put copy, just like that, and then the game won't load out of this folder. So if you have Grand Theft Auto V, that's the folder to load out of. So if you want to just put copy or modded, whenever you want to go and play it, all you got to do is go right here, delete that, and that's the folder it's going to boot out of. So it essentially looked like this. I'm not going to actually do it, but let's just pretend for a minute, because I really don't have the hard drive space right now. Or I do, but I just don't want to. So your folder would essentially look like this, and then when you go in here, it'd be all your modded folders. Or let's say you want to play on, like, this is the modded one, and you want to play modded, you'd go there. Oopsie daisies. You'd actually go here. You'd click rename. No, not recycle, dumbass. You go rename, and then you go to the end and you put origin Jesus, and then just rename. I know this is kind of a long drawn out process doing this, but it's way easier than anything else. So there you go. So this would be the modded folder right here, but we're going to be using, I'm just going to delete this folder. we're going to be using this folder as our modded, which is just my only game version. So if you're doing this on Steam, it's essentially the other way around. You'll go to your program files x86, Steam, and then you'll find Steam apps, common, and then you'll find Grand Theft Auto. These are all your game folders for Steam. If you're a modder already, then you probably already know where all these files are, because Gary's modded in there, and just about everything else. I have Skyrim, all my Steam stuff and all that. But I'm going to be using the Rockstar version of the game, so we're going to be going in and out of this a lot. I would recommend, so you don't have to go in and out of this folder the long way, making a shortcut wherever that is right here. Making a shortcut to that folder, definitely. And then you're definitely going to want your downloads folder open just in the background if I were you. So, this is going to be a long video, so I'd sit back and relax. If you guys are following along, I'm going to go pretty slow because I'm honestly not a very fast person. But if you need to know anything, just comment. I know pretty much no one's going to ask any questions because no one watches my videos. So next step, now that you've got a good beat on where your folder is here, you're going to want a few base programs to start with for basic modding. There's three things that you're going to want to get. There's a program, and you're just going to go to Google. It's pretty much a mod. It's your initial dependency mods. And you're going to want to look up, and I'll put these in the description below. So it's Rage Hook GTA 5. And you're going to find Rage Hook. It's Rage plugin hook. And this is what makes it so you can have plugins to your game. This is pretty much this is how you'll load Grand Theft Auto. Scripts you can load in without Rage Hook, but most of the things that we're going to be using to mod are plugins. So you'll download this. So you'll go to which one is I can never find out. Like, I think this is. I think this is it. This is it right here? Yeah, this is it right here. So you'll click on the first one that's right underneath downloads. You'll click on this first open alpha for this certain. Since we're doing 16, you can make sure that you're compatible right here. You'll see that the latest game patch is 0.64, and then the latest supported patch for this mod is 16.04. So you just want to take a look at that because sometimes these haven't come out yet. So then you'll download this right here. This is the first one. Make sure that you can see when it was released because every once in a while I've gone for some reason downloaded this one, but no, we're on 0.66, and that's the most recent one. It should be the one right underneath downloads. And we're just going to leave that right there, and we're going to go back to our search bar, and we're going to look up something called Script Hook. And you can just type in Script Hook V, or it'll be right here, Script Hook V, and it should come up with both of the ones you're going to use. So you're going to want to take a look around. This is the one we're going to get right here. You can go to GTA 5 mods, but it's just going to take you to this page. So make sure you see that it's AB software development and then Script Hook V. And you'll just scroll on down. Make sure that this is supported. You can see if it's supported right here. Because 16.41 V, that's what it's V 16.4. And then right here, supported patches 16.4. And then you'll just download that as well. And that'll download. Then you can go back one more time. And you can actually see, if you scroll down, you will most likely see this, but just in case you don't, you'll go scripthook.v or scripthookv net, and that'll take you to this one as well. And you can click on the GitHub scripthook.net, but you need scripthookv.net version. And this, yet again, you can see that it's 16.4. And then you just come down here and click on that, and it'll download as well. So you're going to need those three dependencies to start your modding. You can just click out of the internet, pull up your downloads folder. I like to put mine there, and then Grand Theft Auto here. And most of these all have readmes that tell you what to do. Like this one, it'll say README. You can pull it up. Installation. Put everything in the game folder except for SDK and licenses. So I mean, it's pretty explanatory. You'll highlight all these. You can control click licenses and XD here, and then just copy them in there. You don't. If I were you, I wouldn't be moving these things, because if you fuck it up, then you can go back and just start over again. So just copy all of those straight into your folder, and you may be asked for permission to do that. I don't know where your computer's permissions are, but just do that. And so now there's RageHook. RageHook is installed. It's not completely finished installing. I would recommend for every mod that you do, I know it's going to be time consuming, but don't do it quickly. If you're going to do one mod, test out the game, start it up. Do another one, test out the game, start it up. Keep doing it like that. For this instance, we're actually going to do all 3 of these items, because they're all 3 the first things that you're going to need to do. This is the script hook V, the first one we installed, and it's pretty explanatory. All you got to do is take these items and yet again copy them into your root directory folder, which is, or the bin, which is just the Grand Theft Auto 5 folder. Then you're going to do the same with script hook. Don't do the licenses or README, just these 3 folders right here. Yet again, copy, permission. So you should, all 3 of those folders, you should have copied and pasted them into the main Grand Theft Auto file. There's no subfiles, nothing. So you can see the script hook is here, scripthook.net is here, and then RageHook. So now you're just going to, you can close out of the downloads for now. I like to be very organized, actually speaking, for downloads. So I like to make myself a folder that says like downloaded, and then I'll put those in there, because once you start downloading a lot of mods, you start to get tunnel vision as you're scrolling through the thousands of mods or little mods that you just got, and it really does add up quite quickly. I've had over hundreds of mods put in my one Grand Theft Auto 5 folder. Then what you're going to do is, instead of just clicking Grand Theft Auto Launcher, you can see that there's this RageHook application right here. You're going to want to double click on that. Now it may come up with a prompt saying that it wants you to run it in administrator, but if it doesn't, then it's pretty explanatory. It just kind of tells you to go along with it. Now you can hear. So it may ask you this as well. Now don't worry, this isn't a virus or anything like this. I've been using this for years. But it'll say that RageHook is detected, following folders may be blocked by Windows. If these files get blocked, it won't work in the first place. But you're definitely going to want to just click yes, because it has RageHook unblock these files with Windows. So essentially it makes Windows so they won't block your folders. Yeah, you can read the disclaimer. They're pretty funny when they ask. They could be asking for your firstborn, but definitely just click accept. I promise it's. Oh, and here's what I was telling you about. It may have you run it administrator. But just click OK. It'll set up its first time administration. It's downloading folders. You can back up your game version. I'm not going to. Here's an issue that I commonly face and that they never fix, is that I can't click anything right now, yes or no. You're just going to want to close out and just start it again. Just click RageHook again and it should load up. I don't know why it does that. It's been doing that for honestly years. It'll tell you that RageHook is already running, and this is just an issue that I've been having. So if you ever get to this point and it doesn't seem that RageHook will load up, like it says that it's already running, just click it a couple times, try to load it up, and there it is. Just click OK when it says that. So here is your RageHook folder. You're going to have to get very common knowing for this. For some reason, anything other than Alt F4 has not been working. I don't know if it's going to work now, but you're going to have to run into a problem later, and we'll test it. But Alt F or F4 is also the key for script hook, so we're going to have to figure that one out. I'm actually going to try setting it to F3. You guys can try too and see if it works, but it may not. Everything else pretty much is explanatory. You can revert to a game version if you back it up. You can change things like start game in safe mode every time. You can ignore player profiles. You can use minimum settings, force it to use direct 10, 10.1, or 11. Display audio or disable audio. You can force it to be in Windows mode or full screen mode, whichever. You can do a lot of cool things in here. There's also advanced settings, so you can disable DirectX Hook. You can disable or you can enable custom loading screens. And if you want to test, also make sure that everything is working. This tells you Grand Theft Auto's version, and this tells you the Rage Hook. And if that's green, you're good to go. You can click Save and Launch. And you just click OK to that. It's just telling you that there's dialog boxes that'll show, and it'll slowly boot up. Now, don't panic if you see something weird down here in this box. It may say that it's taking longer than expected, or it may say other things. Don't worry about that. It may ask you also. It'll also probably pull up Grand Theft Auto if you don't have auto login or remember me in the Grand Theft Auto launching sequence. If it does, then it should just go to this, which it 99% of the time says this is taking longer than usual, and it may or may not say that it's failed, but it really hasn't. It's just taking a while. I've switched computers. I've upgraded my computer. I have a whole new motherboard. It's pretty generic. I think that's just what it does. It'll launch the game. It'll take a little bit. Don't worry. It may or may not crash. One thing you got to be used to when you start modding is that your game is going to crash. Oh yeah, see, it's going to want me to sign in. You guys can just sign in. I don't care if you guys know my email address. Just don't fucking email. I'll probably blur it out. Oh my god, I hate these things. I feel like I'm playing a stupid game when I'm doing it too. You know, I'm not completely convinced I got my password right there. There we go. I'm gonna have remember me at least, and then I'm gonna sign in. If I were you guys, I'd just click auto sign in, but that's because it's just highly annoying to put in your password, because when you're doing this, you're testing mods, and you're going in every single, if you're doing it even 3 mods at a time, and you've got over 100 mods that you want to put on there, it's gonna take a while, because you're gonna put 3 in, you're gonna test them, you're gonna play the game, then you're gonna get back out, and you're gonna put 3 more, and then you're gonna test them, then you're gonna. It takes so much time, and if you're putting as many mods in as I normally am with LSPD, that's only battle number 1. Keybinds is battle number 2. Yes, I know. Thank you for reminding me. Yes, I know. It's telling me that my Grand Theft Auto has been banned. I can only use single player, so thanks for reminding me, asshole. That's gonna load into game, and you should see it start to load in. Yeah, there we go. You know, see if everything worked out alright. I haven't done this in a while, so. Yes, and if you can see that it says Rage Hook down there, then yeah, I guess you did something right. Oh god. I want to see if they fix that bug with F3 and F4. Now this is definitely what you want to be looking for. You want to be paying attention very closely on this, because if you have a bunch of mods in there, you want to make sure that they're loading in. Right now it's just going to tell you the loading story mode. Those are the basic things you should see. Velocity limit removed, patch code, waiting for game initialization, initializing core, loading popular game world, and all that fun stuff. It'll most common times it'll sooner or later start loading in all your plugins or other pieces of Rage Hook. It does take a while. It's been a while since I've loaded story mode, so. But as long as you see that it says loading Rage Hook with loading story mode with Rage Hook, then you did something right. And look at that, we're already in game. I'm in Michael's house. So we're gonna click. Yeah, so there's the problem right there, and I'm still trying to get it fixed. I don't know why it won't. We set it to Alt F3, or we set it to F3, but for some reason it won't let me change it. So there's the command prompt, for Rage Hook, and then when you click it out, there's your native trainer that comes with Script Hook. So you can do a bunch of cool stuff with this. You control it with the keypad. You can like spawn in vehicles and all sorts of fun stuff. Just a quick weird thing I kind of want to look at here. Doesn't look like they have it. Well, they probably do. I don't know. Yeah, there we go. But yeah, you can fix vehicles. It's been so long since I played this that it's insane. Player, you can change the skin, you can get all weapons. All weapons were just added. Make sure that I prove that that works. You can literally give yourself all weapons and all the fun stuff. It's dope. You can do other things, misc. It's pretty basic trainer, honestly, never wanted. Noiseless, fast swim, super jump. That's pretty fun to play with. You can just click X and then super jump. I don't think you can do it with the gun in your hand. Yeah, there you go. You can jump like a fucking mad fiend. So yeah, that's the basic two things that you'll get. You'll get Rage Hook, which does nothing until you get everything else installed. So literally, I can't really prove to you that anything worked with Rage Hook other than you can see the command prompt is loaded in. But I can show you that Native Trainer works. So yeah, you can even change the weather, make it cloudy, smoggy, rain, snow, a blizzard up in this bitch, Xmas, extra sunny, I'll put it to extra sunny. Time, you can change all the time. You can even sync it with the system. So right now it's 1 o'clock, and I think it literally move with the same thing. I'm not doing that, so fuck that. You can do everything. Honestly, it's pretty cool. You can even reset the skin or add a bunch of cash. That's probably what people are going to use the most of here. Alright, let's get off the game now, and then I'll show you guys step number 2. So now what you're going to want to do is you're going to open up the internet. And we're actually I'm kind of just going by ear here, so I'm really trying here. Now, if you guys want, because I'm extra thorough, I like to make sure that I know what's working and what's downloaded, because some things may be downloaded and not working. So I'll make a working folder, and I know these are working, so I'm going to put these in there. And there you go. I'm just extra. I'm very picky about my filing system on my computer. So first thing that we're going to do with Rage Hook is actually, we're going to download LSPDFR, which is the main, sorry, I just hit the mic, but it's the main mod that made people ask me to do a video on this. And then you're going to open up another tab. We're going to go single player Benny's mod. And it's Grand Theft Auto, GTA 5, whichever works. I mean, you're going to open up both these anyway. So this is the single player Benny's mod. So you can have Benny's mod in, and it should work. I think I'm going to check to make sure that the other one isn't, or is the same thing. It may be the same thing. Let's see, when was this one updated? Oh, this one was updated just recently, so we're going to use this one. And this one uses, yes. So the dependencies and the requirements are normally always posted down here. You need to have script hook v, community script hook. I think I have pretty much both of these, so I think you're good. Most Microsoft computers do, so I think you're good to go. So you're going to want to download this one. The LSPDFR is quite a bit harder to get into, so that one's going to be pretty easy. So we're just going to exit out of that, and then here's LSPDFR. LSPDFR is insane. There's so much that you can do with it. It's absolutely insane. If you're playing on Grand Theft Auto 4 too, by the way, there's also LCPDFR, which is Liberty City Police Department. You can do that. We're just going to download LSPDFR just to start, which is right here. It was updated June 20th, so that was yesterday. Holy crap, are we running on a brand new version? There's no way. you serious? Really? I don't. It doesn't say year. Wait, yeah, June 20th, 2019. Damn, that's cool. That's awesome. All right, well, all you gotta do is go over here to click download this folder. Now, if you guys make an account on LSPDFR here, makes all of this a lot easier. You can just agree and download, but you could just do this. We're just gonna do the setup. Well, I'm trying to think. Actually, we're gonna do the manual just to show people, just in case the setup doesn't work. Because I've had the setup not work. So we're gonna do the manual. The setup is just essentially just an exe that you're gonna click and it's gonna do it all for you. We're gonna do the manual version. It's gonna take a minute to download. While that's doing that, we're gonna have the opportunity to download the script Benny's Garage. So you'll see it in there. You'll see it right here. Now most of these will actually come with an initial folder scripts. Now when you install the script hook V, it doesn't install a plugins folder into your folder like RageHook does. So when you do your first script install, you can pretty much just cheat and just drop this folder in there. And you can copy that in there. Now from now on, every time that you get a script, all you have to do is drag and drop these folders into scripts. So you don't have to put a new script folder in there every time. Next time we install a script, I'll show you guys that all you got to do is just boop and put that in there. And like I said, it's always safe to open up the README and take a look and make sure you did everything right. Because if the README says something different than what you just did, you always like to be safe. Notes. Install drag and drop context inside folder into GTA main folder. So the install folder, which was this one, you drag and drop that into there. So that everything's done right there. We can get out of there, minimize that, get out of Benny's Garage, and then you'll leave LSPDFR up because I'm also gonna show you guys how to put plugins or scripts. We'll just call them plugins. LSPDFR is actually a main root directory mod. It doesn't just go into plugins, but it does create a folder within plugins. And I'll show you guys that. But mainly plugins and scripts. There's only like 2 or 3 scripts. Mainly things for Grand Theft Auto LSPDFR are mainly all plugins. And these are all the things that make LSPDFR fun, because LSPDFR itself really doesn't have a lot with it. It's pretty much built on the community building its other pieces for it. So we got plugins, we have our first script, now we're going to put in LSPDFR. So you're going to open up the LSPDFR mod, all this fun shit here. Now, the one thing that's wrong with this is that it's going to want to put in RageHook that you already have. But I mean, as you know, all you got to do is, just like the other mods, or just like any other folder in your computer, you're just going to copy and paste it in there, and it's probably going to tell you that there's a bunch of folders or things in there that are already in there. So this destination has 14 files with the same name. If I were you, would I skip or replace these? RageHook, maybe. Well, I mean, because it is a recent installment of RageHook, so I would actually just say replace all these files in this destination. If you were downloading an older mod into a newer folder with RageHook, you may have just downgraded your RageHook. But since these are both relatively new, I'm just gonna replace all files to make sure that everything is in there. Honestly, if I were you guys, I'd just use the automatic installer. It's so much easier than this, because this takes a few minutes to get down and dirty. Okay, so that's doing that. We'll take a look and see maybe what's the first things we're gonna want to download here. There's callouts. I'll show you guys how to do that probably in the next video, because I'm not making a whole video with all these. I just want to have a basic understanding. we're probably going to install a few of the little things here. So it looks like that's done. So now we can go back to downloads and post both of these into your downloaded folder. Like I said, you guys don't have to do that, but I like it. So now you're going to want to start up RageHook. It may go through a first time running sequence again because we just technically replaced RageHook. We're going to find out if it's going to. Yeah, it looks like it's going to. So we're going to do the same thing, click yes. It looks like it wants to do it again, which is okay. Like I said, there's different ways to do this. I'm going to click OK. It's going to first time setup. We're going to make sure that we are updated. It's probably going to yell at me. It's not going to let me click anything. I'm going to go exit. I'm going to try it again. It's going to tell me that it's already running. Yes, I get it. It's going to take a few seconds. I'm going to wait a minute. I'm going to click that thing again. It's going to yell at me again. Alright, so this is where you're going to want to make sure you press this, or else you're going to freak out when you think that your game's not running. So plugins, this is where you want to check things out. So you're going to want to go load these plugins. Load all plugins doesn't always work because you can see that it actually doesn't open that to work. So you're just going to want to click load these plugins on startup, and every time you install a plugin, you're going to want to go to here, and you're going to want to click first response there. So LSPD first response. Definitely make sure that you do that. So now LSPDFR is going to load when you click save and launch. So click save and launch, and we'll see, make sure everything works. So we've got Benny's Garage installed, and we've got LSPDFR. The reason that I like to only install a few things at once is for this exact reason, because it's pretty difficult once you start getting into LSPDFR mods to remember keybinds, to write them all down, to be able to check your mods. So if you put over 100 plugins in there, you're going to spend hours trying to test certain plugins and see which ones have messed up keybinds, and because a lot of things end up having the same keybind, and it just takes it all in all a long time to get things to actually work. I probably just end up skipping through these little areas right here where it takes 7 years to load. So now that this is loading in, you can actually pay attention to initializing game support. Now it's going to have probably one more. It's probably going to say that it's loading GTA, LSPDFR, or whatever. Just make sure that you can actually see that, and if you can't, that's alright. It should probably hit it again when you get in game, depending how quickly it is. But it says loading story mode, loading, there it is, loading plugin LSPDFR first response. That's definitely what you want to see. That definitely means that you did everything right, and it is actually loaded. It's not loading, it's actually already loaded. So that is LSPDFR first response. So if you're not going in the story mode of Grand Theft Auto, and you can actually, there's another thing right there. It should tell you that the console commands have been added. Plugin to LSPDFR response added 22 commands. It's loading. It's definitely loading right now. Wait until things get done loading. Don't mess with anything really. Just let things settle in. The main thing with this is being patient, because sometimes things take a while to load. Hey guys, it's Jungle Max, or Connor, or Daniel, whichever you guys want to call me. So thank you for watching my video. I hope this helped out. I'm sorry that it took so long to make a video like this. I honestly completely forgot about doing it. But here it is. I also cut this video short. It used to be an hour long. Now it's 30 minutes long. That's because I cut out the testing of these two mods. So if you guys want to check those out, head on over to my channel on YouTube. Link in the description below. And thanks for watching. I hope it helped, and I'll be coming out with more videos on how to continue installing LSPDFR plugins, vehicles, different scripts, stuff like that. So stay tuned, and definitely go over to my channel, like and subscribe, and turn on notifications. Thanks, guys.